All right, so we're going to take a closer look at filling out a reseller application. The last video just took you through a very high level view at reseller applications and kind of where they're located in Zoho and just what they look like in general. We're going to go a little bit deeper and continue on with the same Live On Laboratories reseller application that we used before, but then we're actually going to go through the process of how you fill it out, what forms and tools we've provided so that that can be an easy, simple process. You'll notice that I have a couple different tabs open. Zoho is open at the top left. Again, you will likely, in following the steps in Suite Process, have that open as well. So you would potentially be looking here. And then obviously Zoho, when I go into a specific vendor, which Live On Laboratories contains a reseller application, you'll see reseller app URL here. That means that this particular company has a reseller application available for form fill. We always fill out a reseller app when the link is available instead of filling out a contact URL. The advantages of a reseller app are very simple. It should go directly into the correct process and the correct potential contact at a specific company that is really their sole purpose is to approve or deny new wholesalers or I'm sorry, new accounts like ours. So we always fill out a reseller application when we have the chance. You'll also see that I had gone away from Google Drive, but you will also be signed into Google Drive. And if you're not signed in, that's fine. At some point, you'll have to sign in to view these on the Big Dream side of Google Drive. You'll also have them linked. I will make sure these are connected and linked with Suite Process so that you can simply just click on them pretty easily. Over time, obviously, this will become second nature to you. And I envision obviously not needing this video, but probably you yourself developing a very simple way to fill these things out. You'll see here very quickly that I have a VA wholesale account form fills document here for you. Uh, to touch on this in just 1 second, but if you go to Live On Laboratories, we'll go ahead and open their reseller app just so you can kind of see the advantages of the form fill on the Google Drive side that I had open. Live On has a little bit of a more in-depth application, probably because of the nature of their products being on the health related side. But most reseller applications will look like this, asking relatively general information. Your federal tax ID is always an important one, which we obviously have on the form that I'll show you in a second. Now, Live On is a little different. So if you come across something that there are a lot of questions you do not, in the beginning at least, feel comfortable answering, or really at any point feel comfortable answering, that's absolutely okay. It will likely happen, and it will likely happen probably once or twice a week, is my guess. With these, until you either feel comfortable answering them with comfortable with our company and comfortable with what our answers would be, then I would just simply ask that you copy this URL, so the link directly to this reseller app, which is up here in your browser, as you probably know, and then just go ahead and send that in an email. Send the link to this reseller application in an email directly to me, which again, this is explained in Suite Process and the steps. Just send this link to me. You can add something to the effect in the email message. Reseller application for Live On. I'm not sure how to answer some of the questions. Just very simple, and then paste in the link, and I can go ahead and take a look at it for you and go ahead and complete it. So let's move on from that for now. Let's just assume that Live On has the general simple information that we find very often. 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be very simple information. You'll see they ask for the company name. DBA just means doing business as. That would be if we were doing business as someone else. So the company name will always be Big Dreams LLC. I'll jump over in a second to the account form fill and show you all this, but let's go back. They ask for the name and the phone number of the person filling this out. That will be me. The business type, we are an LLC. Again, that's on the form. The year and month established, as well as a lot of the billing information, the primary contact, the phone number, email, federal tax ID. Those are all very simple, standard form fill questions. So you have this beautiful form fill that contains, in this case, 100% of that information for you. There are two things that I'll need to point out. Other than that, this would literally become a copy and paste situation. If you're asked for the company name, you can come over to the form fill in Google Drive, copy the company name, save some time, and paste it in the form fill on their site. Obviously, completed by would be my name. We have that there. They would potentially ask that in a couple different ways, but that would be the name that you put as if I was completing the form. There are two things I do need to address other than the simple other items that are pretty straightforward, like the phone number, fax, email, and other items. So the two specific things are the addresses. There are two options, and the website or online store. There are two options there. Of these items, they are very different, and I need you to fill out first and foremost just using one of them. On the address, you'll notice there's a physical address and a mailing address. 9 out of 10 times, we ask that you use the physical address. You would only use the mailing address if they specifically ask for a mailing address, which does not happen very often. That means that they probably want to send us some type of a catalog or something like that. It does not happen very often. So we would ask that you would use always for address or business address, however they reference it, our physical address. It says here in the notes, use this when referencing our physical location. So it's the 1750 Highway 160. That's in Fort Mill, South Carolina, 29710. All right, so that would be the business address that we would primarily use. Moving on to the online store versus the website. Website is just our general website. When you're filling out a reseller application, we ask that you would include the online store link. That's here, store.bigdreamsllc.com. These potential wholesale target companies, they're going to want to see where we're selling these items. So we need to include the online store link so that if they look us up, they go directly to our online store in terms of where are we selling these particular items. So that is store.bigdreamsllc.com. If they ask for a website, you would put in online store. If they ask for an online store, just include online store and the links. And the link here is store.bigdreamsllc.com again. I will likely take off website completely when you sign back in or separate it in some form or fashion just so that there is no confusion. But again, they serve two different purposes. And when filling out a reseller app, we need you to use the online store, store.bigdreamsllc.com. Quickly hopping back over, the federal tax ID, I'll add a note in here. I just realized it when we were going through it that it might not be as clear. The EIN is actually the federal tax ID. So that would just be a copy and paste situation. Again, you would copy this number and paste it right here in the federal tax ID. If ever you come across preferred method of contact, email is always the preferred method of contact. I will again add that. That's a good one to add now that I'm going through this. Actually, that's a good one to add. I'll put it in a second. That's a good one to add, preferred method of contact. So that's actually why I picked this one. It's got quite a few good questions. The year established as well should be back here. It's either not here or I know it, so it's not there. So we'll put that year established. That's another good one. And that is 2016. Again, I will likely add these over to the section on the left before you take a look at it, but that's just general year established. So those will be notes for me. When you go in here, all of the information will be on the left-hand side, so it'll be just as organized. I don't see anything else really that should stand out as something odd. This is a little different again, and that's the reason I actually wanted to use it, to just show you some simple information versus an example that's a little bit complicated, and probably one for the first month or so that you would likely pass along to me. But this is a good one. Describe your business. So this one is likely something, if you just had a drop down like this for you to answer, you could probably answer this. In this case, these are health related products. So we're obviously not any of the above. We're not doctors. We're not a health store. None of these apply except for retail, health, and other. So we're obviously a retailer. We are a retailer. So that would be just an example. Again, please don't hesitate to let us know. Don't fill something out if you're thinking or worried that it's wrong. That's absolutely okay in the beginning. As you're learning our company and learning our approach, we want you to feel comfortable to obviously in the long term fill out an application just like this, where there's lots of questions, simple questions, but lots of questions that someone who knows our company would easily be able to fill out. And that will absolutely be the case in the long term. Lastly, on this and on a lot of reseller applications, they would ask that you attach your resale certificates. So in Google Drive, you will have access via a link as well as the files in Google Drive. So you would, and I will likely even put copies of them inside the vendor contact form. So I'll probably just go ahead and put copies in here. But what you'll do is you will upload, choose that file, you'll upload a copy of our resale certificates. Again, there are videos out there to help you with this. There are steps that we have, so please don't hesitate to ask us if you need explanations around this. But this is a pretty consistent question that's asked, and it's just simply you uploading our resale certificates that you will have access to, and they will be files inside of Google Drive. Think that's all for now, and I look forward to doing another video here shortly on other items such as contact URLs and contacting wholesalers just in general. Let us know if you have any questions.